What the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. That one sentence changed how millions of people look at money. This is the story behind one of the most influential financial books of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you feel like school taught you everything except how to build real wealth, then this is for you. Let's dive deep into the lessons of two dads, one rich, one poor, and how their mindsets shaped a future millionaire. Chapter 1. Two Dads, Two Philosophies. Robert Kiyosaki had what he calls two dads. His poor dad was his biological father, highly educated, PhD level smart, worked a stable government job. He believed in the classic American dream: go to school, get a degree, land a good job, and save your money. His rich dad was his best friend's father, a high school dropout who owned businesses and invested his money. He believed in building wealth through smart investing and entrepreneurship. Both men were intelligent. Both were successful in different ways, but only one became truly wealthy. Kiyosaki learned it early on that the biggest difference between these two men wasn't education or opportunity. It was their mindset about money. Chapter 2. The rich don't work for money. One of the most powerful ideas from Rich Dad, Poor Dad is this: the rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Poor Dad taught Robert to find security, work hard, get promotions, climb the ladder. But Rich Dad challenged him. Why spend your life building someone else's dream? Learn to build your own. The rich don't just work for a paycheck. They build assets, investments, real estate, businesses, intellectual property. These generate income even when they're not working. Meanwhile, most people work 40+ hours a week and still struggle to retire comfortably. Why? Because they're working for money, not building systems that create wealth. Chapter 3. Know the difference. Assets versus liabilities. This might be the single most important financial lesson in the book. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Sounds simple, right? But here's the trap. Most people think their house is an asset, but if it's not generating income, you're just paying a mortgage. It's actually a liability. Rich people focus on collecting assets, rental properties that produce monthly cash flow, stocks that pay dividends, businesses that operate without them. Poor people accumulate liabilities disguised as assets: fancy cars, big homes, high-interest loans. They might look rich, but they're one financial crisis away from losing everything. Know the difference. Assets versus liabilities. This might be the single most important financial lesson in the book. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Sounds simple, right? But here's the trap. Most people think their house is an asset, but if it's not generating income, you're just paying a mortgage. It's actually a liability. Rich people focus on collecting assets, rental properties that produce monthly cash flow, stocks that pay dividends, businesses that operate without them. Poor people accumulate liabilities disguised as assets: fancy cars, big homes, high-interest loans. They might look rich, but they're one financial crisis away from losing everything. Chapter 4. The power of financial education. School teaches math, science, history, but it doesn't teach how to manage money. Rich Dad believed that understanding money is more important than making a high income. Kiyosaki argues that we need to become financially literate. That means knowing how to read a financial statement, understanding taxes, learning how to invest, knowing the laws of money so you can bend them in your favor. It's not about being a genius. It's about taking the time to learn what school left out. Chapter 5. Mind your own business. Even if you work a 9 to 5, never forget to build your own business, and know that doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. It means using your job to fund your dreams and slowly shifting your energy toward building your asset column. Whether it's starting a side hustle, buying a rental property, investing in dividend stocks, building a brand, a book, or an online business, the goal is to stop being dependent on a paycheck, because true wealth isn't about income, it's about freedom. Chapter 6. Learn by doing. Rich Dad believed that real learning happens outside the classroom. He told Robert, "Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of standing still." Too many people are paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of losing money. But mistakes are lessons. Every failure is a step closer to understanding how money really works. Rich people take calculated risks and they learn fast. Poor people avoid risk and stay stuck. Chapter 7. Work to learn, not just to earn. Rich Dad encouraged Robert to take jobs that taught skills, not just those that paid well. Sales, marketing, communication, leadership, negotiation, investing. These are the tools that separate employees from entrepreneurs. Every job you take should teach you something. Every project you try should stretch your comfort zone. Build your financial IQ, not just your resume. Final takeaway. Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't about getting rich quick. It's not about cutting up your credit cards or quitting your job tomorrow. It's about changing how you think. It's about taking control of your financial future, investing in yourself, building real assets, and stepping away from the rat race. If you want to be wealthy, you've got to stop thinking like everyone else. Because remember, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep and how hard it works for you. Outro. If this message really hit you, then don't let it fade away. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to rethink how they look at money, and drop a comment. What's one asset you want to start building today? Make sure to subscribe if you want more breakdowns of powerful books, mindset shifts, and strategies to build real wealth and freedom. This is your reminder. You don't need to work for money your whole life. Let money start working for you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and keep moving forward.